Shlomo.
Oh.
God, I love that
I
name.
love that name.
Shlomo the homo. No. Is he a homo? No, he's not.
No.
Ooh, okay, let me read the story before I go on. I already called him a homo. He's not going to be happy about that. All right. Finally, Shlomo Amar, who was formerly the Sephardic chief rabbi of Israel, made the bizarre claim recently saying the recent earthquakes were the direct result of the rise of rights and freedoms, particularly for same-sex marriage, being given to queer people in the country. In his weekly sermon, Amar used a passage from the Talmud, an ancient Jewish text central to the religion's cultural life, to back his wild claim. The accusation comes after about 50,000 people were killed during the earthquakes that struck Turkey and Syria last month.
Yeah.
Rabbi Amar has a history of homophobic statements. In 2019, they described homosexuality as a cult of abomination. Not the same cult as iPhone, all right? Saying Jewish law meant that LGBTQ plus people should face the death penalty. 3 groups representing LGBTQ plus Jews and the gay religious community responded to the rabbi by issuing a statement calling out his remarks. Rabbi blames queers for earthquakes. What are we all talking about? What do you think about Shlomo?
First of all, I have to say, Sephardic Jews are so fucking hot.
On what show would you hear that? On what show would you hear that aside from the FayWhat show? Okay, but are they the ones? I don't want to be rude, but is that the one with the curl?
No, those are Hasidim. But the Sephardics are Middle Eastern. They tend to be like dark. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. Anyway, let's put that aside.
Wow. So now that we're gonna put the hot Jews to the side.
So let's move the hot Jews to the side. Shlomo thinks that you bit the apple from a magic tree, but you molecularly transported yourself to Earth. You had sex with Adam, and then you had sex with your kids because you guys were the only people on Earth, according to the old. So there's incest, and so Shlomo believes all that. So if he wants to believe that gay people are causing earthquakes, I think he's definitely thinking the way he should.
And you're laughing. You're laughing, and I'm just blown away by the fact.
What did it say? 50,000 people. Kids, children dying, everything, infrastructure.
People falling on grandmothers, and it was our fault.
Are we that powerful? Are we so, the gays are so powerful, I'm going to kiss my potential partner, and that's going to cause an earthquake. So what happens when there's a tornado in a Christian center, in Oklahoma, or is it God?
Is that us too?
Is God punishing the Christians for being Christian? I don't know. Why doesn't God ever send a tornado to WeHo?
Right? Where the gays are. Maybe that's why we deal with a lot of hurricanes here in South Florida, because we have so many homos down here, And again, most of those tornadoes happen in a place called Tornado Alley. Yeah. And if you're going to live in a place called Tornado Alley, it's your own fault that shit happened.
I don't get it. It's just why you blame the gays? You don't blame
And you think if we had that much power, that's what we would do? We would get ourselves better clothes, and we would have clothes for our pets. We would do really important things, We
come into the neighborhood, and we
raise
the real estate price.
Yeah. How dare us?
Everything pretty.
How dare us?
And then they come in. They the heteros come in, and then they buy everything, and
after we cleaned it up,
and then we're like, but let us cause earthquakes.
Yeah. I live in North Miami. I live in North Miami, and I live kind of in a hoodie area. And I remember when I moved to the block, they were people were it was gay boys helping me move, and people were like, "Yay, the gays have moved in, yay!" And then they figured out it was just 2 lesbians. And they were like, "Oh."
I don't know if the property values, because the gays raise the property value more than the gays raise the property values more than the lesbians?
Well, the IKEA lesbians do, and we don't know how to fix shit in my house. Me and my wife can't fix anything. That's what we have gay boys for.
I don't like to build things. Usually.
And you look like you would be great at that IKEA crap.
You want to find somebody who's good when they say they can build shit. I'll fix that. I'm can you put a ceiling fan up? Yes. That's the one for you.
That's the one for
you.
The one
that can put a ceiling fan up for you. And not electrocute
and not electrocute you or burn down the house. That is the guy that you should look for. Single boys, that's what you should do, all right? You get all these little bits of information and advice here on the FayWhat show.
I am a bottomless pit of useless trivia.
Yeah, but you're not a bottom. Not a bottom. So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo, so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat Show. Get the week started with me.